Have you ever been to a prom or other dance and everyone there was just doing this old sway back and forth to the music? Well, I have, and there's a better way. Classical waltz, the dance I'll be teaching you right now, has been around for 3 centuries, and it way outdoes the same old sway back and forth, and it's super easy to learn. So, I have been dancing for 7 years, and I've had professional lessons for 2 of them. So I can say from personal experience that a good waltz is one of the best ways to express yourself musically and really get out on that dance floor. So now you, just like me, after watching this video, will be able to get out on that dance floor, bust out some waltz moves, and really impress your friends. So what we're going to do today is first I'm going to talk about the timing of waltz. It has a special timing that really makes it unique among dances. And then after that, I'm going to talk about the basic box of waltz, which is the first step that we learned and is the foundation for all other waltz steps. And then finally, I will talk about some stylism, how we make our dance look really good and enjoyable. So, waltz is really fun, but there is some tricky timing that we need to cover first. So waltz is a 3-count dance, and what that means is instead of the typical 1, 2, 3, 4 dance pattern that most dances have, it only has 3 steps to it in a 1, 2, 3. And if you'll notice, when we do 3 steps instead of 4, what ends up happening is we end up on a different leg than when we started. So for instance, if I start with my weight on my right leg and I step 3 times, 1, 2, 3, I will actually end up with my weight on my left leg. Now this is important because this is the basis of how a waltz functions. So now that we've covered timing and that weight shift aspect, let's go into the footwork for our basic waltz box step. So for our waltz box step, we have 2 sets of 3 that we will be dancing out. So the first step is going to go like this. We're going to step forward for 1, we're going to step to the side for 2, and then we're going to step together for 3. And then when we do our second 3 count, it's going to be almost the same, except we're going to step backwards for 1, we're going to step to the side for 2, and we're step together for 3. Now, an important aspect of this is that we are going to be shifting our weight for each of those steps. So when I step forward, I shift my weight from my right leg to my left leg. Now I step to the side, I shift my weight from my left leg to my right leg. And importantly, when I step together, I shift my weight again from my right leg to my left leg. This leaves my right leg free to take that backward step, just like this. 1, where I do that weight shift, 2, where I do that weight shift, and 3, where I do that final weight shift. And if you can master that basic technique, you have your basic waltz box down. So now that we've covered our footwork, let's go a little bit into styling and how we really make our dance look good for all our friends. So, what we're going to do in styling is we're going to do this technique called rise and fall. This is a technique that is used in waltz to make it look more smooth and more musically expressive. So what we do in rise and fall is we actually move our torso down and up in order to express our movement. So to start off with our rise and fall, when we take our first step forward in that box, instead of just stepping flatly like this, what we're actually going to do is sink down into our knees in order to create this fall motion. And to reflect that, when we step to the side, we're going to step up, and then to end it, we're going to step down again for our third step to the center. So up and down again, just like that. And then to mirror this for our second steps, when we step backwards, we step down again, and then we step to the side, we step up again, and then together, and we step down again. So all together, that looks like a 1 and down, 2 and up, and 3 and down again, and then 1 and down, 2 and up, and 3 and down again. And that is how we dance our waltz. So in review, first we talked about our timing, how waltz is a 1, 2, 3 dance, and how this is very important for weight shifting and how we change weight each time we step. And then we talked about our footwork, how we make that box on the ground in 3 sets, just like that. And then finally, we talked about styling, how we go down and up in order to create this expression of motion and really make our dance look good. So now that waltz is so much better than that old sway back and forth. And now you can go out on that dance floor and really just show those swayers how it's done.